So UFC 321, Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane ended in the most disappointing way it possibly could have ended. But besides the disappointment in the main event, there were a lot of other great fights on this card, and all of these fighters right here need rankings and need matchups, right? So that is what I, Tony Has Died, am going to be doing today. We are going to be matchmaking everybody on UFC 321. Let's get straight into this. The first fighter we need to talk about is Tom Aspinall, who got brutally eye-poked by Ciryl Gane. Now, I see a lot of people saying Ciryl Gane was destroying Tom Aspinall. Now, don't get me wrong. I definitely think Ciryl Gane was winning the round, but it's a fucking round in an MMA fight, first and foremost. Just one round. And I honestly, I made a whole video talking about how I thought this fight was a lot closer than people were making it. I thought Ciryl Gane had a very big chance in this fight. And he kind of proved us all right by the performance that he put on until he fucking took his fucking fingers and stuck them as deep as he could into fucking Tom Aspinall's eyeball like a Mortal Kombat KO fatality, okay? And so I think that you just need to take Ciryl Gane and Tom Aspinall, and you need to run it back as soon as Tom Aspinall's eye healed. They already had a full training camp for each other. Tom Aspinall barely took any damage. He got his nose bloodied up by Ciryl Gane, but, just a couple of punches to the face, a couple of leg kicks both of these guys ate. I think that they will both be fucking fine. To run it back, hopefully, I propose the idea that you should put this on UFC Qatar, because that card is already stacked with names like Ian Gary, Bilal Muhammad, Arman Saruki, and Dan Hooker. That card is already stacked, and if you just put a title fight on that card, it can be a numbered pay-per-view event. And so what I'm saying is we should take Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane, throw it on the fucking the Qatar card, and call it a fucking night, because we don't want to wait until fucking December to see these fucking guys fight again. Even worse, I would hate to see these guys fight in fucking January or February of next year, because they both barely took any damage. I know he got poked in the eye, and that's a big thing. It went really deep into his fucking eyeball, literally like a knuckle deep into his eye. It was Bilal Muhammad-esque, Leon Edwards-esque eye poke. Pretty bad eye poke. I mean, I hate all these people saying Tom Aspinall is a pussy and he pussied out. And also, I don't think it's Ciryl Gane. Like, obviously, it is Ciryl Gane's fault for not fucking closing his fingers, but I don't think Ciryl Gane did it intentionally. Like, why would he eye poke Tom Aspinall on purpose if he was already winning? Like, why would he try to end the fight? Like, people are saying that Gane wanted a way out because Tom Aspinall started to find his mark. It's like, no, bro. Like, both of these guys, it's just a bad situation for both of them. I don't think either of them did it on purpose. They poked my fucking eye. I can't fucking see a fucking thing. Yeah, he's like those videos of that guy crashing out on TikTok and Instagram, and it always has like the Tom Aspinall. That's what the fucking post-fight interview. I can't fucking see a thing, guys. Why are you booing me? But yeah, we need to see Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane ran back as soon as possible. All right, we're gonna talk about the women as well. Mackenzie Dern, she defeated Virna Jandiroba by Marauder style, by throwing shots off of the bottom. She did a good job in this fight. I think that she's going to be out for a while because her and Virna both took a lot of damage in that fight. And so she's going to be healing up for a while. And in the meantime, I would like to see Suarez and Jillian Robertson fight each other. Jillian Robertson, she's on like a 7-fight win streak. A bunch of them are submissions. Tatiana Suarez, she's only lost to, what's her name? The champion Zhang Wei Li. But her last performance was a pretty boring, like a Jailton Almeida-esque performance. I guess it just runs in the fucking Patchy Mix bloodline or whatever. But I would like to see Suarez fight Jillian Robertson, and the winner of this fight can fight for the title. They are both right on the cusp of the fucking title shot, and this division's fucking cooked. The next person we need to talk about is Virna Jandiroba, who lost a close fight. I thought it was 48-47 for Dern. It could have gone either way. Not either way, but, Verna just didn't throw, like when she got takedown, she got a lot of takedowns in these fights. She wasn't doing anything with the takedowns when she got them most of the time. She was cracking Dern on the feet, but Dern would crack her right back. I thought that she had a very competitive fight, but it just sucks because she's already 0-2 to Dern, and she's clearly the next best person in this division apart from Dern, I guess. Like if Dern, like, let's keep it 100, bro. If Dern's the best in this division, like, come on. But I think Verna Jandiroba should fight Baby Shark Tabitha Ricci. I think this is a good matchup for Ricci, mostly because, you know, everyone's going to be fucking cheering for her. Just take a look. I mean, I like Verna Jandiroba, Raw Rosas Chiwiwis, Chop Chiwiwis, or whatever. She seems like a cool guy. But let's keep it a stag. She's not marketable at all. I think that the UFC would really like Tabitha Ricci, who is dating Callum Walsh, who is like the UFC's poster boy for boxing. I think that they would really like to have her in a... I mean, look at how their fucking fights... Like, she loses a bunch of fights, okay? And they get scored her way. But she's coming off of a good finish in her last fight, you know? And so, yeah, let's see Dern versus Jandiroba. Not Dern. Let's see Ricci versus Jandiroba Ran, all right? All right, now we're done talking about the fucking women's fights. We can actually get into detail on this one. Umar Nurmagomedov called out Merab Dvalishvili for the rematch yesterday after he defeated Mario Bautista in a close 30-27, 29-28-esque fight. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely think Umar is the clear number 2 to Merab in this division. I think we all know it's Merab at the top, Umar number 2. But I'm tired of this fucking Dana White privilege for Umar, okay? And I get it. Merab, he's been through a lot of fucking fight. He wants to stay active, and if maybe Umar wants to jump in there in fucking February after Merab gets another W in December, fair enough, bro. But I don't think Umar has done enough to deserve the title shot, bro. I know there's nobody left, but he really has not, like, he got dropped by fucking Mario Bautista. You really think that that is enough to get a fucking title shot? I mean, 29-28 Mario Bautista. There is a fly that just landed on my screen. Let me handle that real quick. Sorry, I had to kill that fly. I don't think Umar has done enough for the title shot, man. Like, his wins, he has like 7 wins in the UFC. Corey Sandhagen, that is a beautiful win. And, you know, Mario Bautista, he's no slouch. He was on an 8-fight win streak when Umar beat him. And so that's a great win. But I don't think that's like the number 9 guy by close decision is enough to get you a title shot on a 1-fight winning streak. So I think that Umar should fight. Look at this picture, man. I got the fucking picture of Prime Figueiredo on here, man. This breaks my fucking heart, but I think he should fight Davidson Figueiredo, a former flyweight champion who has been in the top 5 of the bantamweight division since he decided to come over here. He just defeated Montel Jackson in a close decision himself. I think that you could get Umar a fucking finish in this fight. Let's be like, Figgy has not looked the best he has looked in his last couple of fights. Like, he's still a good version of himself, but he's not Prime Figueiredo to destroy, like King Vaughn of the flyweight division Figueiredo. He's a washed version of himself, and he still does very good at the top of this division, but he needs to fight people. Like, both of these guys, they're 1 fight away from the fucking title shot. That's just how much Merab has cleared out the division, where it's like Figueiredo has lost to Jan and he's lost to Sandhagen, but he's still only 1 fight away from the title shot just because Merab has cleared those guys out already. You see what I'm saying? So I think both of these guys are 1 fight away from the title. They should fight each other. And Merab, he's fighting 4 times in 1 year. He should take a fucking break after his next fight with Jan, all right? I know we like to see active champions, but look at what happened with De Ridder, man. He literally fought 4 times, 5 times in a year, and he just, like, gave up because he's how much wear and tear he took on his fights, and he's not taking proper, like, breaks in between his fights. Look at Rebetsky, who we're going to talk about a little bit as well, who's just taking these fucking fights and going to war in all these fights so quickly. I think Merab needs to take a little break, and I think that they should run Umar versus Davidson Figueiredo for a number 1 contender fight in the meantime, all right? The next fight we need to talk about, we got Mario Bautista, who did a really good job. At least, look, we can all put the Mario Bautista hate behind us now, okay? He put up a good performance. He dropped Umar. He was the one being entertaining in this fight. He was the one that was pushing the aggression, making it an entertaining fight. I think that Mario Bautista should fight David Martinez, who got a win over, it was Rob Font, right? Yeah, he had a short notice fight. So Rob Font was supposed to fight Raul Rosas Jr. This guy, David Martinez, who's 2-0 in the UFC, decided to take it on short notice. He beat Font, and he even dropped him and basically finished him at the end. Kind of like Reyes Uzdemir. Is that the fight where he basically knocked him off and walked off, and then it got called to a decision? He dropped Font bad at the end of that fight. Could have been called off. And I think that this is a really fair fight for both guys. David Martinez, he's 1-0 over ranked opponents. Mario Bautista, he's coming off a loss. He was ranked number 9. Had a pretty close fight with Jose Aldo. Clearly beat Patchy Mix as well. And he put up a good performance against Umar. So I don't think he needs to fight down too badly. I don't think he needs to be fighting like a fucking Zahabi, who kind of deserves a shot into the top of the division. I don't think he should be fighting like a who's the guy who just fought Jan? He looks like the fucking alien. Not Sean Woodson. He fought Marcus McGee. I don't think Mario Bautista needs to be fighting like a Marcus McGee-esque fighter. I think he needs to be fighting someone who's kind of even to him in terms of ranking, who's kind of in a similar spot. And same with David Martinez. So I'd like to see Mario Bautista versus David Martinez, all right? The next fighter we need to talk about is Alexander Volkov. Dude, this guy looks like a fucking super soldier from Agartha. Look at his fucking eyes, bro. What the fuck? But we got Alexander Volkov right here, who defeated Jailton Almeida. I think I was a little sketched out. I was scared they were going to rob Volkov. I picked Almeida, so I was like, oh, fucking man, they robbed Almeida. But, dude, he literally outlanded him 90-10 in this fight. You have to throw strikes to win the fight. Fuck you, Almeida. Fuck you! But who's next for Volkov? I think that Volkov should fight Aspinall, man. After this fucking debacle happens with Ciryl Gane and Aspinall. Volkov really has some bad luck in this fucking fight. And as much as we'd like to see Pereira go up and fight Tom Aspinall, and I've been saying this, I think Pereira would beat Tom Aspinall. I've been saying this. You can see the fucking profile picture of Pereira and be like, yeah, no shit, you think that, bro. But I think that Pereira is always a bad stylistic matchup for Tom Aspinall. But it seems like Pereira doesn't want to fight him. Pereira is calling for John Jones. He wants the John Jones fight. He wants it at the White House. Fair enough. I don't think Pereira wants to fight Tom Aspinall. And for those reasons, we can run Volkov versus Tom Aspinall instead of Pereira, okay? Because, let's be honest, Volkov beat Gane, and Gane was beating Aspinall. There's an argument that Volkov could be the best in this fucking division right now. I'm not crazy for saying... I know that fucking Tom Aspinall already beat Volkov. But you get what I'm fucking saying, bro. Volkov deserves the title shot. I know it's all this logjam bullshit is happening, but at the end of the day, he should really be on a 7-fight win streak right now because he beat Gane, who's getting the title shot again for some reason. Gane literally has infinite title shot glitch going on. He's getting a 4th undeserved title shot. That's fucking crazy. But Gane has infinite title shot glitch. Beats... You get what I'm fucking saying here, man. Volkov deserves this shit. He just beat Almeida, and he beat Gane, and he beat everybody else that he beat. So, I think that you can do Volkov versus Aspinall once this whole after this whole Aspinall versus Gane shit clears up, alright? The next fight we need to talk about is for Jailton Almeida. Yeah, man, I don't really know what to say about Jailton Almeida. It seems like Jailton Almeida doesn't want to be in a cage fight. That's the only way I can fucking put it. It seems like he was going out of his way to not punch Alexander Volkov in the face. He easily could have won this face if he just laid in half guard and threw punches in half guard, like these little half-ass pit. Like if he just did like what Chimaev was doing to Dricus, if he literally just did what like Mario Bautista did to Aldo, where he just like held him against the cage and kneed him against the thigh, or held him on the ground and landed little pitter-patter shots, he would have easily won this fight off of control time with the little bit of damage that he was doing. Because he was so controlling. Like he just took Volkov down at will. But he wasn't like getting submissions. He wasn't fucking doing anything with it. And every time he got punched in the face, he just like was he's doing the fucking Anthony Smith, like curling into a ball, hugging up on Volkov's leg. He was just disgusting, stinking it up in there. Ante Delija, he is fighting Waldo Cortez Acosta, and I think he should beat the fuck out of Waldo Cortez Acosta, who is not good at all. I think once Ante Delija beats Waldo, they should do Ante Delija versus Jailton Almeida. And we just want to see Almeida get flatlined. I saw some people being like, we need to cut Almeida from the sport. It's like, dude, Almeida just needs to fucking evolve his game. Like, he needs to learn how to fucking throw ground. Like, if Almeida had ground and pound, he would legitimately be the most dangerous human being in this fucking division. Like, if Almeida knew how to fucking ground and pound. Like, imagine the Derek Lewis fight with Almeida where he's just fucking mauling him on the ground with ground and pound instead of just laying on him. Imagine if he threw... Like, he could have easily won this Volkov fight if he just threw some fucking strikes. But, no. He needs to evolve ground and pound. If not, then fuck him. But the division is so cooked. He's clearly one of the better heavyweights in the UFC. I would like to see him fight Ante Delija once Ante Delija gets past Waldo Cortez Acosta. And it'd be a good fight because Ante Delija's got hands, man. So, yeah. The next fight we need to talk about is for Azamat Murzakanov. And let me just say this, man. This guy, he's fucking good, okay? I was doing a little bit hating on Rakic. And, yeah, Rakic is fucking cheeks for getting knocked out by a jab. But Azamat Murzakanov has hands, bro. This guy has fucking hands. He is a beast. He goes out there. Fucking dude. He just constantly stays moving. He stuffs the takedowns very well. And then he landed the one shot that I think he literally only landed one shot, put out Rakic, and then landed a couple follow-up shots. He definitely deserves a jump into the top of the division. And I think he should fight Khalil Roundtree Jr. In my humble opinion, I don't think Khalil Roundtree Jr. really deserves to be in the top 5, okay? He lost to Pereira. He lost to Yuri. His only top 5 win is Jamal Hill, okay? And we've seen Jamal Hill. I mean, Jamal Hill was on a 2-fight losing streak. I know he lost to the best people as well, the same people Khalil lost to. And Khalil put up competitive fights against Pereira and Yuri. But, like, at the end of the fucking day, his only win is Jamal Hill, okay? He needs to defend his top 5 rank. He keeps getting these jumps into the top 5 of the division. Just getting the Pereira jump up for no reason. Then he gets the fucking Hill matchup for no reason. Then he gets the Yuri matchup. Like, we want to see you actually defend your ranking spot. Azamat Murzakanov, he's on a tear. Khalil's been healing up. And I think that by the time that Azamat gets back into the octagon, Khalil will be healed up. Another fucking fly just landed on my screen. I swear to God, I've never had flies in my... What the fuck is going on? Get the fuck out of here. Dude, I do not keep food in my fucking room. Like, what the fuck? What are these fucking... Like, my room is literally clean as fuck. Sorry about that. I think that... Dude, these fucking... They just know I'm talking about Khalil, and my hatred for him starts boiling up. Khalil has to fight. I was going to say Khalil versus Reyes, but I don't want to see that happen like anymore because Reyes, he low-key deserves to fight down as well. And so I think Reyes should fight someone like Bogdan Guskov who's coming up or something like that. And I think that you should do Azamat versus... Because, both of those guys are on the come-up. Both of these guys are on the downcline. Let's see Khalil versus Azamat Murzakanov ran. And it'd be a fun fight on the feet. Striking-wise, this is a fucking banger. Khalil is super dynamic with his kicks and his fucking like Muay Thai-esque style. And Murzakanov has like that kind of like, he's a real, I don't know how to say this besides like, he's just super fucking crafty where he's just like, he looks so unmenacing. Like he just literally looks like a fucking PE teacher. He looks like a fucking normal as gas station employee, taxi driver-esque human being. Like he looks like a normal MMA fan. Like, oh yeah, man. Oh my God, it's John Jones. It's so nice to meet. Like, this is the type of guy that goes to the fucking meet and greets and meets the other fighters, and he's decided to like lock in and just become one himself, you know? So I think this will be a fun stylistic matchup. For the loser, Aleksandar Rakic. I got 2 matchups for him, all right? And it really just depends on how he wants to go forward with his career, if he wants to move up in the division, or if he wants to, what's the word? Like, if he wants to fucking stay a light heavyweight. So if he wants to stay a light heavyweight, I think that he should fight Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill, who's also on like a huge losing streak, used to be at the top of this division. He's been humiliated by the rest of the fucking division. Same thing with Rakic, where he used to be at the top of this division. He used to be top 3. Now he's been completely humiliated by the new generation. Both of these guys need to get a win. I think it would be a fun fight because it would stay on the feet. I know that Jamal Hill just got a surgery, so he's going to be out for a while. Rakic, he's coming off a knockout, so he's going to be out for a while. So I think by the time that both of these guys recover from their injuries and their ailments, I think that they should be lined up to fight each other in time. But what I would really prefer from Rakic is for him not to fight Jamal Hill and move up and fight fucking Marcin Tybura. Because you have the, like, look at the fucking physique comparison here. Rakic is literally built like a fucking Greek god. Tell me he would not be a great heavyweight. This guy, his problem seems to be that he's just a little bit too slow for some of the other light heavyweights. He's a little bit not as, like, he just doesn't have like the skill gap for the top of the division. If we move this guy up a weight class, put 10 pounds more of muscle on him, and you don't even have to put 10 pounds more. Almeida's in the top fucking 5, and he's like literally 230 pounds. If Rakic decides to move up and just decides not to cut weight, weigh in about 250, 245, he could run through the fucking heavyweight division. I honestly think, I'm not going to say he beats Pavlovich, bro, because, you know, he just got chinned by a fucking jab, bro. But I think he would give the top 5 of heavyweight a really good run for their money. He needs to move up. Like, he would definitely beat a Waldo Cortez Acosta. He would beat a Marcin Tybura. He's only lost to the best people at light heavyweight, but that just proves that he's not going to be a top light heavyweight. If he really wants to get a UFC belt or a chance at a fucking belt, heavyweight, there's not many fucking contenders there. Let's see Rakic move up, fight Marcin Tybura, who's coming off of a fucking loss. I want to see it. For Killian Salkild, dude, highlight reel of all highlight reels. It cannot get fucking better than that. Who do I think Salkild should fight next? Now, I see a lot of people calling for like a Mauricio Ruffy-esque matchup where it's like, we want to see Salkild get ranked. And don't get me wrong, I want to see him get ranked as well. But I think it's a little, like, I don't want to see him just get fraud checked this early. Because Ruffy is good, all right? I want to see Salkild stack up a couple more W's before we get him a ranked opponent. Because lightweight does have a lot of people that need ranked matchups, right? Hear me out, bro. Hear me out. Tell me you can't see the UFC doing this right here. The showcase. They've been doing this to fucking Bobby Green in his last couple of fights where they book him against a new up-and-coming young guy for the highlight reel. Okay, let's be real. This is a fair fight, first of all. Both guys are strikers. You know, Bobby Green, he's in the top 30 of this division. He's been in the top 30 of this division. Salkild, he's still young. Bobby Green outpaces him with experience by a long time. So this is a fair fight. Okay? Bobby Green, he has to get sent to the Shadow Realm, man. You gotta send me to the Shadow Realm, man? Come on, man. Yeah, I'm fucking King Green, whatever. Salkild just got like the highlight reel of all highlight reels. If the UFC really wants to build his name, they should put him on that fucking February card in Australia against Bobby King Green. Easy matchup. easy highlight reel for Salkild. I think that's what we need to do. All right, let's go for that. The next fighter we need to talk about is Ikram Aliskerov, who I do believe deserves a jump into the rankings. And, he had a really, really close fight with Iron Turtle. Somewhere I saw that he had staph. I don't think that's like an excuse, but it would make sense the way he fought because he seemed a lot slower than he usually seems. He seems a lot more sluggish. But he got good takedowns on Iron Turtle. He did a lot. I think he should fight Roman Dolidze, who's coming off the most pathetic performance of, I think, anybody's career ever, where he just literally got turned, like, he got bitched. He literally got turned, like, when they did Roman Dolidze versus Fluffy Hernandez, I legitimately was like, wait a minute. Is Roman Dolidze secretly just another person in the crowd that was watching that fight and decided to fight instead of Roman Dolidze? I was like, he's wearing a Roman Dolidze mask. Like, I was BJ Pinmaxing thinking that there must have been a different fighter in there because of how badly he lost. So it kind of came down to this. Roman Dolidze's win streak was a bit of a fraudulent one where it's like he fought Anthony Smith. He fought a Kevin Holland. His win streak wasn't that good and it got shown. He needs to fight an up-and-comer. I think Ikram Aliskerov is the perfect name for him. Who is coming off of a good win streak, who had that knockout over, I think it was Andre Muniz who he knocked out. And then he just beat Iron Turtle, he's a good fucking well-rounded middleweight who gives a tough test to anybody. So, yeah, let's see Ikram Aliskerov versus Roman Dolidze. The next fighter we need to talk about is Ludovic Klein. And it's hard to match up Ludovic Klein because he got injured in his fight. I don't know how long he's going to be out for. But when he returns, I think that this guy, Ignacio Bahamondes, is going to be floating around the same spot. And I think that this is the fight that they should make when Ludovic Klein finally decides to come back. Because it's like, Bahamondes, he's fringe rankings. He's like in the 16, 15, 14, 17 kind of spot of the division. Ludovic Klein, he's kind of in like the 22, 21, 23, kind of spot. Now, Klein deserves to fight up. Bahamondes, whether he takes another fight and loses or if he takes another fight and wins, I think that it will be an appropriate fight for Klein either way. And so that's why I think you should do Ludovic Klein versus Ignacio Bahamondes. For Mateusz Rebecki, this guy's becoming one of my favorite fighters. Anytime he steps into the he looks like a default balding Eddie Alvarez. And he's a fucking dog. He's a fucking dog. He looked like American History X, if you've ever seen that fucking movie. He looked like American History X in there. Edward Norton. But who do I think Rebecki should fight? He goes to war every single time, but he has a couple of losing fights. This guy, Drew Dober. The mega chin Drew Dober. He's coming off of he beat Kyle Prepolek, but he's got a couple of losses. I think that they should fight each other. I think they both go to war every single time. They both have been in this division for quite some time as well. I think that this would be a super fun fight to make, okay? The next fighter we need to talk about is Walter Walker, who, for some reason, don't ask me why, but for some fucking reason, this guy decides to call out Hamdi Al-Wahhab in his fight. He's literally fighting down in the division. He's fighting down, and he's calling out people that are below even the fucking people he just beat. He beat Louis Sutherland in his debut. Then he beat fucking Kennedy and Nzechukwu. He beat some other fucking people. Dude, you're on a fucking 4-fight winning streak all by heel hook. You deserve to get a fucking ranked matchup. You're fighting Sergey Spivak. This is the fucking fight. This is the fight that needs to happen. Sergey Spivak, he's coming off a loss. He deserves he's the gatekeeper, man. This is the test. Walter Walker, you are good enough to beat Sergey Spivak. You are one of the hottest prospects in this division. We need people to fight for the fucking title in this division. Please, go and fight Sergey Spivak, all right? You're not fighting another fucking bum, bro. You're not getting I would like a fight with Chris. Yeah, I want to fight Chris Barnett. I want to fight Austin Lane. Go fight someone that's fucking good, bro. Oh, you get it. You're can crushing. You don't want to lose your aura. You're fucking trying to be MVP with these heel hooks. Just took a sip of a fucking white monster. We like stop can crushing. Go fight. Like, he's hilarious. He's a great fighter. I love Walter Walker. He's one of my favorite heavyweights right now. Please, just go fight fucking Sergey Spivak, all right? The next person we need to talk about is Jose Delgado, who got robbed in his last fight. I thought he clearly beat Nathaniel Wood every single round. I think I see a lot of people online that agree with me and are saying the same thing, so I know I'm not alone in this mentality. He did miss weight, so I don't feel as bad for him as I did when it first happened. But, like, let's be real. He won this fight. He dropped Nathaniel Wood badly. Every shot that he landed on Nathaniel Wood seemed to have more sting and punch on it in those last 2 rounds. He did better work in the clinch. I thought that he won the fight. But who wants to see William Gomez get knocked out? I've been wanting to see this. Like, this fucking guy has put up stinker after stinker. Had a couple of split decision robberies. I'm ready to see William Gomez get fucking brutally flatlined, okay? I want to see William Gomez get put in a fucking pack, and who better to do that than Jose Delgado? I don't like William Gomez because he just puts on these boring ass fucking decisions in all of his fucking fights, or he loses and then he gets the robbery split decision. Let's see William Gomez get put in a fucking pack by Jose Delgado, all right? I think we can all agree that that would be a beautiful thing. And for Nathaniel Wood, he's a very good fighter in the featherweight division. I don't know if he beat Jose Delgado, but he did get the victory on the judges' scorecards. And there are a lot of people in the featherweight division that need to go, okay? There's a lot of people just taking up ranking spots. And I think that another one of these people is Josh Emmett, who I don't even think beat Calvin Kattar. And that was he beat Calvin Kattar and he beat Bryce Mitchell. Those are his last 2 wins. Bryce Mitchell on short notice. Literally short notice Bryce Mitchell. And what's his name? Kattar, who I think won the fucking fight. He lost to Yair. He lost to Topuria. He lost to Zalal. He's lost to Murphy. He needs to fight an up-and-comer who's outside the rankings. Josh Emmett, he's too one-dimensional. Nathaniel Wood, he's super well-rounded everywhere. I reckon Nathaniel Wood would get this one done pretty easily. Yeah, man. Josh Emmett, you have good highlights. He only has 4 knockouts. Like, people talk about Josh Emmett like he's the fucking Grim Reaper of this division. And don't get me wrong, he has good power, bro. But he only has 4 knockouts in the UFC. And they're all brutal, but he does not land his shots more often than not. And he's been figured out. I think Nathaniel Wood could figure out the puzzle that is Josh Emmett. So let's see Josh Emmett versus Nathaniel Wood. And the final fighter I want to talk about, we got Mr. Beast Boy, Chris Barnett. Now, I don't know what compelled me to pick this fucking guy to beat Hamdi Al-Wahab, because he's just like, this was sad, bro. He was just literally like flopping around like a fucking, like, let's just take Chris Barnett and throw him into a fucking volcano, all right? We need to take Chris Barnett, and we need to take him, and we need to shrink him down, and we need to grab him and throw him into a volcano. All right? But that will do it for the video. If you like the video, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Twitter at TonyHasDied. If you want to help support the page, check out my Buy Me a Coffee. The link is in the description. And that will do it for the video. If you like the video, like, subscribe, do all that YouTube shit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments who you think should fight who next, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.